Today we are unpacking Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5, not as hype, not as a feature list, but as a design problem. How do you release a model that is powerful enough to help many people, while limiting the ways it can be misused? Fable 5 is the version Anthropic is making broadly available. It is described as a Mythos class Claude model, meaning it sits above the older Opus class in capability. The point of Fable is not that it is weaker. The point is that it carries extra safeguards. Mythos 5 is the closely related restricted path. Anthropic says current Mythos preview users, including cyber defenders and Project Glasswing, can upgrade to Mythos 5. The same core capability is aimed at a smaller circle, because some safeguards are lifted for vetted uses. A simple way to picture it is one high-performance engine with two different keys. Fable is the public key, tuned to keep risky routes blocked or rerouted. Mythos is the trusted key, used where the extra capability is needed, and the user has passed a higher access bar. The important shift is not just a higher benchmark score. The launch says frontier AI is reaching places where ordinary product release logic starts to break. When a system can accelerate software engineering, research, vision work, and long complex tasks, its misuse surface grows too. Cybersecurity shows the tension clearly. A model that helps defenders find vulnerabilities can also lower the cost of offensive work if it is handed to the wrong person. The same skill can patch a system or stress a system, depending on who is using it and why. Anthropic also points to biology and chemistry. Advanced reasoning can help legitimate research, including medicine and therapeutic design. But the very same reasoning can become sensitive when it starts providing uplift in dangerous biological or chemical work. That is why the release leans cautious. A third concern is distillation, attempts to extract a model's capabilities by training another model from its outputs. If a near-frontier model can be copied without equivalent safeguards, the original company's controls stop being the only safety layer that matters. Fable's safeguards rely on classifiers. These are separate AI systems that watch for requests in sensitive areas or for attempts to bypass the rules. If a request is flagged, Fable does not simply proceed as usual. The interaction is changed before the risky answer is produced. One of the most interesting design choices is the fallback. For certain cybersecurity, biology, chemistry, or distillation-related requests, the answer can be handled by Claude Opus 4.8 instead. That means the product tries to keep a useful experience without exposing the full Fable capability. Anthropic says early data shows more than 95% of Fable sessions involve no fallback at all. That is the product promise. Most normal work should feel like the new model, while a narrower set of requests is redirected through a more conservative path. The trade-off is false positives. If safeguards are deliberately broad, some harmless requests will trigger them. That can frustrate users, especially researchers and security professionals. But the release strategy says Anthropic would rather start with a cautious boundary and narrow it later. Availability also has structure. Fable 5 is available from launch, with broader subscription access at first. Anthropic says that after June 23rd, continued subscription use may require usage credits unless capacity allows an extension. In the API and consumption-based enterprise plans, it is available immediately. The API price is also a signal. Both Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are listed at $10 per million input tokens and $50 per million output tokens. That is expensive relative to many everyday models, which tells users to reserve it for work where capability really matters. Mythos 5 is not the public lane. Anthropic says access begins with current Mythos preview users and Project Glasswing partners. It also describes plans for trusted access and cybersecurity, and a separate trusted path for some biology researchers where specific safeguards can be lifted. There is also a new data retention rule for Mythos class traffic. Anthropic says it will require 30-day retention for these higher capability models, while not using that data to train new Claude models. The reason given is safety monitoring, finding attacks, jailbreak patterns, and false positives. If you are a builder, the first question is not, can I use the strongest model? The better question is, does this task need the strongest model? Long planning, high-stakes code review, complex visual reasoning, and deep research may justify Fable. Routine work may not. Applications that use Fable should expect fallback moments. A good product should explain what happened, keep the user's work intact, and offer a safe next step. Treat the safeguard as part of the interface, not as a mysterious error that appears from nowhere. Security teams need a playbook before turning on a model like this. Decide which tasks are allowed, what logs are kept, who reviews blocked requests, and how suspicious patterns are escalated. Capability without governance is not an advantage, it is just faster ambiguity. Researchers face the sharpest tension. Some biology and chemistry requests may be perfectly legitimate, but broad safeguards may still catch them. That makes trusted access programs important, because they create a path where capable models can help science without making every sensitive capability public. The deeper lesson is that Fable 5 is not only a model release, it is a governance product. The classifiers, the fallback path, the access program, the retention policy, and the user messaging all work together. The system is the product. People will disagree about the balance. Some will see the safeguards as responsible release engineering. Some will see too much friction. Others will worry that restricted capability concentrates power. All three concerns can be real at the same time, which is why this launch is worth studying. When you evaluate a launch like this, do not stop at benchmark claims. Ask what the model can do, who can access which version, what is blocked, what happens on fallback, what data is retained, and how the developer plans to improve the boundary after launch. The takeaway is simple. Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5 are best understood as one frontier capability split across two trust models. Fable is the broad release with safeguards. Mythos is the restricted lane for vetted work. The future of advanced AI may look less like one model for everyone and more like capability matched to responsibility.